Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here for a live post-game analysis of the New England Patriots versus Tennessee Titans 2018 NFL Playoffs Divisional Round matchup. Let me make sure that the audio quality is good for this video, because it would be really unfortunate if no one can hear what I have to say. And let me also allow people to come in here, allow people time to come in here and join the live stream. So let me make sure everything is good. And why can I not see this live stream? I'm not even able to find my own live stream. I can't even find the comments. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Give me a second. It'll be up. Okay, I found the link. Can I hear myself? Yes, I can. Okay, good. All right, people. It wasn't great, but here's the thing, okay? And I already see someone in the comments saying, "Eat crow." Are you people stupid? Did I have the Patriots winning this game? Yes. So did everyone else in the galaxy. Look, as I said last week, there was a chance that we could win this game. And you even saw that chance in the first quarter of this football game, when the Titans were up 7-0 after the first quarter. Now, first quarter is only the first quarter. It's only 25% of the game. But after 25% of the game, this team was up. And it was a beautiful moment where we saw the rest of the game take place. Now, I'm sorry, because a lot of you people, especially Titans fans, because I have a bunch of Titans fans that follow my channel, and deservedly so, you're going to come to this video and you're going to want for me to yell and scream and join you in your frustration and say, "Fire Mike Mularkey, fire this guy, fire everybody. This is a disaster. This is so ridiculous. Oh my God." But I'm not gonna do it. Look, I'm not happy. And we're going to talk about the things that went wrong in this game. Start this video right, because we have to have a clear mentality going forward before we let all this nonsense, just go crazy right now. Because here's the problem with this Tennessee Titans fan base. Some of y'all are so weak mentally. It's honestly disturbing. At the change of the wind, you will go here, you will go there, and I'm tired of it. And I'm not going to stand for it, because I don't do that. I'll change on some things when I feel it's necessary, and I'll get a little emotional at times. But guys, we can't keep doing this. Last week, when we got it done against the Kansas City Chiefs, y'all were so happy and so crazy and blah, 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 and I was too. And for you, 1 week later, to now say, "Fire this guy," oh my God, but it's ridiculous, people. It's so, do you not see how ridiculous you are? I mean, let's just relax. This is the story. This is the deal. This is the book of the 2017-18 Tennessee Titans. Season, before this season, I predicted that the Tennessee Titans would win the AFC South, which they did not, but that they would win their first playoff game, that they would go to New England or Pittsburgh, lose in the divisional round. And if you had a brain, you had the same thing. If you had the ability to put your bias aside, you had the same thing. Some of y'all had AFC Championship, Super Bowl. Come on. Like, the roster wasn't good enough, and we saw that today. If you were smart, you had this team going to the divisional round and losing to the Patriots or the Steelers. That's what happened. And at the end of the day, that's all I care about. I don't care how it happened. I don't care if it was ugly, if it was pretty. That's what happened. That's the book. That's the result. That's it. And when we entered this season, if someone would have told me back in August, if someone had the spoiler alert and they would have told me before the season, MJ, this is what's going to happen. The Titans are going to go to the divisional round. They're going to win a playoff game first. They're going to win in the wild card. They're going to go to the divisional round and they're going to lose to the New England Patriots. Will you be upset? I would have told you no. That's exactly what I expect to happen. But you allow yourself to get emotional. I'm not going to do that. This is what we thought. If you were smart, this is what we thought was going to happen. Okay? This is what we thought was going to happen. Move to the game, and then we'll move to what we're going to do afterwards, season recap and all that stuff. But let's frame this discussion wisely. We went as far as we thought we were going to go, and that is a lot more than can be said for the New York Giants, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, after team after team after team this year that underwhelmed way more than we did. I mean, you want to talk about underwhelming? You think we underwhelmed? Look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look at the New York Giants. Houston Texans. Look at the Indianapolis Colts. Look at the Miami Dolphins. We can go team after team after team after team. Underwhelmed way more than we did. This is a successful season. So we're going to talk about this football game now. The game started great. We got 2 stops on Tom Brady early, okay? There were 3 and outs, but there were 6 and outs, right? He got a first down, and then he wasn't able to move the ball afterwards. Everything looked great. Marcus Mariota leads what I believe to have been a 95-yard drive. Is that correct? A 95-yard drive down the field, hits Corey Davis for a 15-yard passing touchdown. It was a great throw. It was a fantastic catch. And at that moment, you had to have been thinking, at least slightly. And then after that, things got ugly. The defense today was bad, people. And this is what we all really should have saw before the year. It wasn't good enough. It was never going to be good enough to defeat Tom Brady. No way, ever. No way was this defense ever going to be good enough to beat Tom Brady. And this is with Kevin Byard being way better than most of us thought he was going to be. Like, I thought he was going to be a pretty good player this year. He ended up being a damn great player. Despite that improvement, still, this defense never had a shot before the year. If you would have asked me before the year, no. They're not going to be able to stop Tom Brady. Of course not. People that cannot guard Rob Gronkowski to save their lives. He's too big, he's too strong, and we're not skilled enough. And Kevin Byard, although he's fantastic at being a center fielder, a guy that in cover 1 and cover 2 situations can be the guy over the top and can sense when quarterbacks are going to throw down the sidelines or over the middle of the field, it can pick off from back there. He is not a good cover safety. And he was not able to cover Rob Gronkowski to save his life. And neither was Avery Williamson, neither was Wesley Woodyard, neither was Jayon Brown. We had no answer for Rob Gronkowski today. The problem, again, with our front 7. We have good players. Derek Morgan is good. Brian Orakpo is good. Gerald Casey's pretty damn good. But they got bottled up today because at the end of the day, for some reason, they're just not good enough to show up in a moment like this. I don't really know why. I guess they're not great, right? That's the problem. I mean, Gerald Casey's pretty damn good. Like, I don't want to undersell Gerald Casey right now, but man, he got bottled up, dog. Orakpo got bottled up. Derek Morgan got bottled up. Casey got bottled up today. They had no impact. They made little pressure, no sacks, not a sack on Tom Brady. Maybe we got one late because I turned the game off, but I ended up moving because I was at the watch party, the Tennessee Titans watch party, and then I ended up driving back. So I wasn't able to see. Maybe we sacked Tom Brady at in the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter. Maybe we did. But as far as I'm concerned, no sacks today. Okay, and that's a damn problem. Let me check the stat sheet. Okay, yeah, no sacks. So that's an actual thing. No sacks on Tom Brady today. And that's an L for the front seven. The front seven didn't get pressure. That's an L for Arapo, L for Morgan, L for Casey, L, 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 L. Not only was that a problem, the run defense today, which has been very good all year, disappointed me today. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good enough. Deion Lewis had too much success. Brandon Bolden had too much success. James White had a little bit of success. We allowed 2 rushing touchdowns today after only allowing 5 the entire regular season, only allowing 6 for the entire season, and that is too much to allow today to Tom Brady and company. Dreadful. Logan Ryan, best one. Best cornerback, it's debatable between him and Adoree Jackson, honestly, but either way, he was awful. He was dreadful, awful, horrible, god-awful. I mean, he could not guard Danny Amendola today to save his life, and I don't think he even wanted to. By the end of the game, it didn't even appear as if he wanted to guard Danny Amendola. He was so nonchalant. He didn't care. This play where Tom Brady stood in the pocket for 15 seconds and delivered the ball to Danny Amendola over the middle of the field, Logan Ryan had given up on that play. Tom Brady sat in the pocket for at least 8 seconds, and Logan Ryan did not care. So I was pissed. I thought he should have been benched. Adoree Jackson struggled, obviously. I mean, Jesus. I know Brandon Cooks didn't have the biggest day, but Adoree Jackson kept letting up this and that. And there was a specific play that really pissed me off when Brandon Cooks caught a screen to the left side. Adoree Jackson can clearly make this tackle. He just goes into the tackle wrong, misses the tackle, allows Brandon Cooks to run for 15 yards on what should have been only a 3-yard gain at most. I mean, the cornerbacks were awful today. Everyone was awful. The defense was awful. And there's a couple of problems. Number one, again, I don't think anyone on this defense is really great. I mean, Kevin Byard is really good at being a center fielder. Again, he had 8 interceptions this season. What he's really good at is being able to be in cover 1 or cover 2, okay, in zone coverage, and able to recognize when he should come down and pick off a couple passes. He's great at that. He's not a great cover safety. I don't think he's a great tackler. He's kind of like Michael Griffin. I think he's better than Michael Griffin was, but he's kind of like Michael Griffin in that he has limitations. We have no one that's great on this defense, and it's a problem. Not only that, if we want to talk about firing anybody, I want to talk to Dick LeBeau, because this guy, his defensive schemes, his concepts today, dreadful. A misuse of using off coverage again and again and again and again and again on these Patriots running backs in the flat, in the check down, off coverage, 5, 6, 7 yard cushions everywhere, allowing Tom Brady to dissect our defense up the middle of the field. I don't understand what Dick LeBeau was calling. You have to have some sort of pressing on these running backs, even from the line of scrimmage, because if you're letting them have these 5, 6 yard cushions, they're going to catch the ball, and they're still going to run after the catch too, because our linebackers aren't good enough to wrap them up and tackle. So they kept getting these small chunks turning to big chunks, and it was a problem. I thought Dick LeBeau today was dreadful, and this is what we've seen from him versus the New England Patriots. So if we're having the discussion of how we're eventually going to beat this team, right? If that's something that we're going to have to do, and if we want to win the Super Bowl, we're probably going to have to do that. Is Dick LeBeau the defensive coordinator that can do that? That's a conversation, because honestly, I'm not convinced. The defense was off. This was a 2014-15 Tennessee Titans defense that I saw today. Okay, and that's a problem. Jonathan Cyprien stinks. We should have drafted Jamal Adams, and I know Corey Davis played well today. We're going to get to him. A bit of damn beast, and obviously, again, we need some defensive players, and that would have been one of them. Okay, so that's unfortunate, but we'll deal with that another day. Defense L's. Everyone gives F's defensively. Everybody. No one played well at all. Nobody. I didn't see a good defensive player on the field today. Okay, not one good defensive player on the field today. Everyone gets L's. Everyone gets F's. Those are the only grades I'm giving out to the defense today. F's and L's for everybody, okay? Defense stunk. We move on to the offense now. Look, my boy Marcus Mariota is a damn beast. I know he didn't win us the game, but I had no doubt every time he dropped back that he was going to make the best decision for our football team. He had 2 touchdowns today, 0 interceptions. He consistently moved the ball down the field when we would let him. But eventually, man, the offensive line gave up. I don't know what happened. We're going to get to them in a second. And that was unfortunate. And the coaching wasn't great either. Mariota's damn beast. And while people like Jameis Winston and Derek Carr and Russell Wilson are sitting on their couches, our 24-year-old franchise quarterback is throwing, and man, in the playoffs, in the division round of the playoffs, and that's a beautiful thing. He is developing these reference experiences. This is fantastic. He's now gone to Foxborough. He's now gone to Arrowhead and won twice. Now, I'm going to end this video with a beautiful note, by the way, but I'm telling you, this was such a valuable postseason. For all you people that were rooting for us to lose games and miss the postseason, you have no idea how much this postseason has helped this football team, specifically Marcus Mariota. It's going to be huge moving forward. This guy has playoff experience now. He's gone to Foxborough. He's gone to Arrowhead, and he's played well. Winning game today wasn't there. Derrick Henry, look, I mean, I thought he did the most of what he could, except for that horrendous 4th down. It was ridiculous when he tried to bounce it outside. Again, dude, you're huge. You're not Chris Johnson. Occasionally, look, he can't bounce it outside. I've seen him do it. It's 4th and 1. You got to pound it through. And by the way, on that 4th and 1 call, I cannot believe we threw the football, or we ran the football, excuse me. We obviously should have thrown it. It was 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. In the 2nd quarter, we did not have a timeout. What the hell are we doing running the football there? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. If we get the first down, you do realize the minute we get the first down, there's 20 seconds. We're running to the line of scrimmage. If we're lucky, we can snap the ball and spike it. 16 seconds. If we're lucky, we've wasted 9 seconds for what? You throw the ball. You do realize they could not stop our passing attack today until the offensive line gave up. When the offensive line gave up, and when the officials helped out with the ridiculous calls, that's when our passing offense had troubles. But we were moving the ball consistently with Marcus Mariota and his arm. I don't understand why they didn't recognize this earlier. Look, I agreed heading into this game that we should have ran the ball. But you have to adjust to the game. Okay, you have to go with the flow of the game. It was obvious early we were going to have success throwing the football. There were open receivers tonight, which was much more than we could say for the entire season. We should have thrown it more. I don't know why we ran it there. That was the worst coaching decision of the night. Derrick Henry didn't have a great game, but I'm still confident in him moving forward. We need a receiving back because I'm sick of seeing this. You see this all the time. Every damn 3rd down, okay, or even 2nd down play where it's an obvious passing situation, Marcus Mariota has to literally tell this man what the hell to do. And Derrick Henry's like, what should I do? And Mariota's like, dude, you're going to be right there. Okay, you're going to try to block 57. And Derrick Henry's like, what? And he's like, you're going to block 57. And he's like, what? And I see this time and time and time again. Derrick Henry has no idea what he's doing on passing downs. When he's supposed to do something other than running a route, he has no clue. We need a receiving back. We need Darren Sproles. We need Chris Thompson. We need Christian McCaffrey, someone of that type, someone of that ilk, or Derrick Henry has to figure it out. Either one, I don't care. Let's do both. Right? Let's just do both. Let's coach him to be better in those situations, and let's get a receiving back anyway. Because this guy cannot get it done on receiving downs. On 3rd downs, on passing downs, he's not good. He's awful. And we keep going low into the play clock. He's doing. And Mariota has to literally tell him what he's doing. And Mariota's a damn beast, right? Because he's the maestro of this offense. Like this is what, if y'all have learned this, right? Non-Titans fans, and Titans fans, y'all too, because some of y'all don't even appreciate what this man is doing. You do realize this guy is doing everything. Like, Jesus Christ. You think I'm kidding when I'm saying that. But he's literally telling everyone what to do because they have no idea what they're doing. Corey Davis barely has any idea what he's doing. Derrick Henry, no clue on passing downs. No clue. None, okay? He has to direct the offensive line. He has to block. He has to receive. He has to run. He has to throw. This guy has to do everything, and still, he was in the divisional round of the playoffs against the New England Patriots, and he was up there at the first quarter. He was up there at the first quarter. Please, let me chill. Okay. Receivers, Corey Davis, better. Okay, there are signs of life within Corey Davis. Good. Look, you can see his playmaking ability, but he just doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, like in terms of, beyond the instincts of the game, the raw instincts of a receiver, the intricacies of the game, he has no idea what he's doing. Doesn't really know how to run routes, doesn't know the playbook very well. And you can blame the coaching a bit. You can blame him. I blame both. He needs to be better next year, but I have confidence that he will be. Like, we saw a second-year jump in performance from Derrick Henry, from Kevin Byard, and I'm expecting the same from Corey Davis. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be damn good. Signs of life within him today. Rashawn Matthews, okay, was getting open a bit. Not great, but fine. Delaney Walker got injured, so I'm not going to really harp on him too much. The offensive line, I got to call y'all out. What the hell? I mean, it was pitiful. The offensive line in the second half of this football game, I was very upset. They gave up. Taylor Lewan, I'm looking at you. You're supposed to be the dog on this offensive line. You're supposed to be a leader for this football team, and you gave up. Prevented any chance for a comeback offensively. That's bad, dude. You have to step up. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what Quentin Spain was doing. The left side of the offensive line was awful. You would think the right side would be worse with Jack Conklin being out. The left side was worse today, especially in that second half. So that was a problem. But Jack Conklin got hurt. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully he can be healthy for the offseason and everything. So that's the game. Look, again, let's just make some conclusions now. From this game, what could we tell from this game? People, the Patriots are just better. You know what we're going up against here? Okay, you know what we're going up against here? We are literally going up against the greatest dynasty in the history of football. Like, you do understand that, right? This is the greatest dynasty in the history of football. This is it. Greatest. The greatest. Now, who has been able to defeat this dynasty? The Ravens, okay, a couple times when they had freaking Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, Hall of Famers, okay? Hall of Famers were able to beat the Patriots a couple of times. Who else has been able to beat this team? The Steelers? No, not really. The Steelers have had their problems beating the Patriots. A couple of times they've gotten it done. Struggles and problems with it, okay? Peyton Manning and his Colts, like occasionally, but they would lose more often than not. Okay, so that was a problem right there. Going up against this team is so damn hard, okay? And we got blown out today, and it's unfortunate, and it sucks, but whatever. Because here's the thing, people. This greatest dynasty in the history of football is coming to a damn end. It's coming to an end. Now, it may be another couple years because Brady ain't done yet. But he ain't making it to 43. Let's say that, okay? Maybe 41, maybe 42. 43, no. So let's say we got 3 years, right? And in those 3 years, we can compete, and maybe we can even beat them. But let's just look and say, okay, after that point, who the hell is going to be the ones in the AFC? Because this is the beautiful thing from this season. This is what you need to take away from this season. We have made significant progress, people. This Tennessee Titans team that 2 years ago was 3-13, 3 years ago was 2-14, has now ascended to a playoff team. They were one of 8 teams left in the bracket with a 24-year-old franchise quarterback and a 24-year-old franchise running back and a 25-year-old left tackle and a 24-year-old right tackle, and they were freaking there. They were able to gain points, and that's a beautiful thing. Now, we have work to do in the offseason. We have improvements to make. But just think who's going to be the dogs in the AFC once this greatest dynasty in the history of football is gone? Ben Roethlisberger, he's not going to be with the Steelers too long either, right? So when you're looking at the AFC and you're looking into the future a bit, which I don't love doing, right? I'm always against looking too far into the future because you never really know how things are going to change, right? The Colts were convinced that they were going to win the Super Bowl with Andrew Luck, and now he doesn't even play. Okay, so you never really know. I understand that. Okay, so I want to say that. But at the same time, I like our chances right now. The Raiders are going to come back. I understand that. The Chargers, they're going to have to change their quarterback spin. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about the Chiefs with Andy Reid. I'm not worried about them. I mean, I think in terms of the AFC right now, chances, I like this team moving forward. I think we had a great year. This is as far as I thought we would go. We have improvements to make. But overall, I'm happy. I think you need to be happy, people. 54-year-old franchise quarterback went head-to-head with Tom freaking Brady in the greatest dynasty in the history of football, and they lost. Boo-hoo. Okay, you can go cry to your mama. At the end of the day, I'm happy we got freaking here, man, because we're building something in Tennessee. Now, let's move to the coaching. Again, you people, I feel sorry for Mike Mularkey, man. Honestly, I feel so sorry for this man because y'all just have the vendetta against him that it's the most unfortunate thing I've ever heard in my life. It's so sad. Like, he literally goes as far as all of us thought this team would go, and you people are still calling for his damn head. That he could take a 3-13 team, turn them into a divisional round team in 2, and you people are calling for his head. There were 2 things that were true just 3 weeks ago. The Titans had not made the playoffs since 2008, and they had not won a playoff game since 2003. Those 2 statements were true 3 weeks ago. They are not true now. He deserves to keep his job. Now, rid of him, and they still might. If they get rid of him and they get Josh McDaniels, I will be hopeful. I will say, you know what? Maybe he's going to do great. And I'd be fine with that, right? But I wouldn't do it. And I don't think Mike Mularkey deserves it. And I would think it'd be a little ridiculous. Honestly, we got to try one more year at this thing. Let's add some talent defensively. Let's call Jarvis Landry up from Miami. Let's add him to this offense. Let's get a new offensive coordinator in here. And let's see what happens, dog. Pretty freaking good. Think about it this way. Last year, we missed the playoffs. This year, we made the divisional round. That's 2 steps further into the bracket. Who knows? Next year, we could go 2 steps further into the bracket. I mean, people, you gotta give this time, dog. Like, it's been 2 years and a pretty damn good 2 years. We're talking about the Tennessee Titans playing football in the middle of January. We haven't had this conversation for 9 years. And whether you like it or not, it was brought by Mike Mularkey. It was. And John Robinson has a lot to do with it as well. You say, I just want to hire a new guy, an offensive guru who's going to come in here and change our offense. That's exactly what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers said about Dirk. That work out. That's exactly what the New York Giants said about Ben McAdoo. How did that work out? That's exactly what the Cleveland Browns said about Hugh Jackson. How has that worked out? That's exactly what the Washington Redskins said about Jay Gruden. How has that worked out? Everyone believes, every single team believes when they make that offensive hire that guy's going to come in there and he's going to be the guy that brings things, that changes things, that turns our offense into an offensive juggernaut, and we win the Super Bowl, and it's great. Going, and we don't even know what we even have yet because it's only been 2 damn years. You got to stick with it. We don't even know what we have yet. We literally do not know. People, Pete freaking Carroll who is considered to be one of the best head coaches in the NFL. First 2 years in Seattle, 7-9. 7-9. Won a playoff game in his second year. Mike Mularkey has literally done what Pete freaking Carroll did with the Seattle Seahawks while winning 4 more regular season games. It's only been 2 years. You cannot fire. You just can't do it. Now, again, if they get Josh McDaniels, then fine. Like, that's the one guy that I look at and I say, okay, I can really see this guy doing better. But if you're going to go hire John DeFilippo, do you know this guy? Who is that? Seriously, do you know that guy? How can you tell me that you're certain that he's not Ben McAdoo? How can you convince me of that? Convince me. Tell me why. Because you don't know. That's just a name. That's all you, John DeFilippo, quarterback coach for the Eagles. Okay, let's go hire this guy. And then you know what could literally happen? Be 2-14 next year. And we could be there with Mike Mularkey too. But after 2 years, we just don't know. We don't know nothing after 2 years. What I do know is this, and I'll say it again. There were 2 statements that were true 3 weeks ago. The Titans had not made the playoffs since 2008. The playoff game since 2003. And those statements are no longer true. The answer is simple. The reason why you people want Mike Mularkey fired more than anything is because our offense isn't good enough. And I agree. You know what you do when your offense isn't good enough? You don't fire the head coach. You fire the offensive coordinator. It's the clear answer. It's the simple answer. But you people, you call for Mike Mularkey's head. Why? When you know the clear answer is to fire the offensive coordinator. Now, if he doesn't do it, then we can have a conversation. But if our problem with this football team is the offense coordinator that we can fire, and by the way, this offense coordinator does have the complete control of the offense. He does call the plays because Mike Mularkey, dedicated all that power to him. Answer to me. That's what you do. And next year, if we take a step back, if we regress, it would suck. It'd be horrible. I would hate it. Then you fire Mike Mularkey, and what have you lost? A year. And it sucks. You lost a year. It's horrible. Oh, it sucks. Hire somebody next year in what will probably be a better pool of candidates, because this year isn't a great pool of candidates, and you try again. Because you look at these successful NFL head coaches. I'm going to end pretty much on this note. Who do we have? Bill freaking Belichick. Good luck getting him. Mike Tomlin, who Steelers fans will tell you they have some problems with, who's sitting on the couch. John Harbaugh, who's sitting on the couch. People, this ain't easy. Who the hell do you want? Tell me who the hell do you want? Mike Zimmer's a damn good coach. He's as far as we are, and he hasn't even gotten to this point until this season. I think maybe they did get to the divisional a couple years ago, actually, but still, who the hell do you want, dog? You got to ask yourself, man, because Andy Reid wouldn't do better with us. He'd probably do better in the regular season, but we just beat Andy Reid. You want Andy Reid? We just beat him. People, we got a pretty good deal right now. You know what we have with this deal? We got to stick with it. Now, again, as I said in this video, I'm even considering Dick LeBeau, though, because our defense today was too damn bad. And it told me and it showed me that, man, I'm not even sure we can beat the Patriots, even if we get some big defensive stars next year. We draft some rookie studs. They come in here, they play great. Can we even beat the Patriots with Dick LeBeau as a defensive coordinator with his soft cushions and coverages that he was putting out today? That's a question that I legitimately have now. And I'm going to consider that over the next 24 hours. Ultimately, this has been a damn good season for the Tennessee Titans. We got our 24-year-old franchise quarterback in the playoffs. He was making throws. He was putting his team in the best position to win. It was fantastic. was great, and I love seeing it. This is what we were promised. Honestly, a divisional round appearance, and that's what we got. Sorry, y'all. To me, Malarkey has to stay unless we can get McDaniels. McDaniels alone is the guy that I circle. But even him, I'm telling you, be careful, dog, because things can get ugly real quick. And what could happen is you could have a Sean McVay situation where everything looks great in the regular season, or we go 11-5 in the regular season, best offense in the league, or we're going to host a playoff game. Shit the bed in the first round of the playoffs. Got to me. All right, guys. Those are my thoughts on the Titans versus New England Patriots. Again, an unfortunate loss. The Patriots were great. Whatever. This is the greatest dynasty in the history of football, and we weren't good enough today. We're going to retool in the offseason. We're going to do everything that we need to do. I'll make a Titans offseason preview video or something of the sorts in the upcoming days. But for right now, I know it sucks. This game was awful. The defense was awful. LLLFFLLLLL. Hand it out to the defense. What the hell? But I'm still happy with this season. I'm sorry. If you've been following me, you know I was on this team. I was covering this team every damn week. I was covering this team when they were 3-13, when they were 2-14. And you expect me to come on here in the middle of January and be pissed off because we lost to the greatest dynasty in the history of football after being 3-13 just 2 years ago? Sorry, I'm not doing that. Until next time, this has been MJ, and I'm out. See you all later.